On these beautiful warm summer days, we love to have our summer snacks. Toasted marshmallows and s'mores around the campfire, cool ice cream on a waffle cone, mouth-watering watermelon. Today, all those flavors will be featured in our snacks as we give an ode to summer right now on You Tried Dat! You Tried Dat! I'm Nick Novak from the pal Shanahan guy.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Yo.
Geiger, you're fresh out of the MRI machine.
Yeah, just got out and rolled up to a microphone and started podcasting.
Mm-hmm. Live from the MRI machine.
They're giving me dirty looks. I got to get going. In my ongoing year of shitty injury maintenance, so I had to go get a second MRI, a first MRI on my hand. I've mentioned in previous podcasts. I'm sure you've all listened to every one of them. But for those that didn't, I broke my finger falling off a ladder. Anywho, I still can't bend the top knuckle on my finger. So the doctor's like, you need to get a second MRI. And I'm like, okay, great. And I get there and they're like, and I've had MRIs before. I don't know if you guys have had one before or not.
No, never.
I have, and it was harrowing.
Well,
why? Because claustrophobia or what?
Well, yeah, mine was on my back. So it's like I had to have complete immersion. And it's like 35 minutes of don't move an inch. Mm-hmm. And they're like, just close your eyes, like don't look up. And it was 25 minutes of totally fine. And like a huge idiot, I opened my eyes and like just was like hit by this wave of claustrophobia because you are in a coffin. Mm-hmm. Like it is completely like very close to you. You feel very trapped. And then the last 10 minutes like was brutal. Just me like, I do not want to start this thing over. So
yeah,
let me recall like as many Cubs lineups as I can in my head.
Yeah. So, that's what he said.
So Geiger, were you recalling Cubs lineups there when you're...
No, but so I had one on my leg when I hurt my Achilles, and that was fine because my head was still sticking out of the end of the tube. So I was just laying on my back, like chilling. And they go, what kind of music do you want to listen to? And I'm like, she's like, do you want rap? And I'm like, it's a weird guess for me, but sure.
Definitely.
And I said, sure, I'll listen to rap. And it was like all this terrible like 80s rap. I was like, I kind of wish this wasn't out anymore, but I couldn't move. So this one, they're like, okay, well, we need to get an MRI of your hand like away from your body. And I'm like, do I just stick it in there? And like, no. So I had to lay on my stomach with my arm up like Superman in this fucking coffin like Novak describes. And now I'm not an overly claustrophobic person, but I did the exact same thing Novak did, but right before we were about to begin. So they lower me in this fucking tube and I'm like Supermaning that hoe in there with my arm out. And I open my eyes and I literally go, she's like, all set? I go, get me out. And then like backed me out. And I was freaked out because like the plastic I knew it was tight when I could feel it like closing in around my shoulders. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's just way too tight. And they're like, and then she's going, you have to do it. It's going to take 45 minutes. And if you move, we got to start over.
You just compared yourself to Superman twice. So stop fucking complaining.
Just look at your own finger with your X-ray vision. So I am like flipping out now because now I've done it and I know how claustrophobic it is. And now I know I have to go back in there for 40 minutes. So I'm like deep breaths. And like, it's super uncomfortable to lay with your arm out like this. Like it was stretched out. And I was like,
it's not easy being Superman.
It's not easy being Superman. And I was they put a towel under my face. She's like, you're probably going to drool, which I did because I couldn't really breathe.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like breathing.
I know you're type tubby. You're going to be drooling.
Do you want some nachos in there, you fat fuck? So then like,
we're going to put a bag of Doritos right in your eyesight here.
I clutched my eyes shut. They're like, do you want music? I'm like, sure. They're like, what do you want? I said, like, classic rock or whatever. That's what they said. Do you want classic rock? I go, fine. That's not what I would have picked, but I was just freaked out. I said, fine.
That's what they said?
Yeah.
You want classic rock?
You want classic rock. And then Counting Crows comes on, and I'm like, how old am I? This is classic rock? What the fuck? So
I thought it was going to be like Rolling Stones or something. I was like,
well, me too. And then it went off, so I didn't hear it again. And these things are noisy as shit. So I'm just clenching my eyes shut. Like nary, I cannot open my eyes because I know I'll freak out. And I'm like reciting. I tried to name as many Bucks players throughout history as I could. I think I got to 257 or so. And but I was just deep breaths, and she's like, "You're breathing too hard." I'm like, "I can't breathe because like half my nose is shut, and I'm doing this, and I'm drooling everywhere. My face itches." And then they wheel me out. They're like, "You're done," and they like roll me back out. And they're like, "You can get up." I'm like, "I don't think I can." Like my body was like so stiff, and I get up, and my arm and like my shoulder killed so fucking bad. All to find out that there's nothing wrong with my hand. It's just dark scar tissue. God damn it.
Well, it's good to know that.
Bring me Lex Luthor. I can't go to him.
It was just scar tissue, and they didn't even play you the song Scar Tissue. The whole time.
I know. Classic rock song. Yeah. They didn't even give me scar tissues from The Lion King.
I got out of that machine and felt like so accomplished. I was like, yes, I defeated you.
And I'm normally not freaked out by medical things other than needles.
Yeah, me either.
I just hated being in that fucking tube.
I wonder how I would handle it, because I'm usually like, no problems whatsoever. Like somebody gives like shots, I stare at them while they put the needle in my arm, stuff like that. Like,
whoa, okay.
I think it's fascinating. I think it's interesting to like watch the needle go into the arm. So I don't know. I think
when you said I stare at them, I thought you were like making eye contact.
Put it in me.
The needle tears a hole. Like Chad's got a giant fucking heart on watching the needle go into this thing. Yeah, I don't know. It was unpleasant. So I don't have to have surgery again, which is good. I actually had a minor panic attack too the last day I had the cast around. Like I had this overwhelming urge to just move my fingers, and I couldn't. And it was so bad. I just had to force myself to go to sleep, so I didn't pay attention anymore. Which is 2 in the afternoon. My job didn't like it for now. I'm kidding.
Just losing it on
the middle of the Zoom. God damn it!
I'm gonna rip this fucking thing off.
Geiger, you okay? I don't know why they're calling me Geiger. Hey, shithead, you good? Fuck you.
All right. Well, glad to hear your.
Yeah. Glad there's no more surgeries.
Yeah. Don't jinx me. I'll fall off a ladder again.
Fall out of the MRI machine.
I'm going to fall off the MRI machine, break my other arm. Put both your arms up. Now I'm really flying.
Novak, you mentioned like keeping track of Cubs lineups and stuff. Actually, it reminds me of something. So a quick story. My daughter started T-ball practice. She's had like 2 T-ball practices so far. And, the like maybe you guys ever have when your kids did sports and stuff like very early, right? Like everything's volunteer. And like you have these like these coaches that are, just like somebody's dad on the team is like, I'm going to do it. So we have 2 coaches, and one of them I know he's like the dad of my daughter's classmate. And, he's like a nice guy, normal guy. Actually, I've mentioned him on the podcast before. He like dressed up at Santa at my daughter's school, and they call him Fish Guy. I don't know if you remember Fish Guy. So Fish Guy
when someone coaches my kid's team, I like to stare at them as they do
it. Yeah. So he's one of the coaches, nice guy. Then we have this other coach who I don't know who he is, but he was like kind of like a little intense for 5-year-old co-ed T-ball, and so he's like, he's got the kids lined up to like try to take grounders, and he's like rolling them grounders and stuff. He's like, shuffle your feet, like stuff like that. Like just sort of like way too intense. These 5-year-olds that are just kind of like staring at the ball go by.
Fungo.
Whipping ground balls at them. Yeah. Get in front of it.
But he comes up to the other coach on like at the first practice, and he's like, because he missed the first practice. So his first practice was the second practice. And so he comes up and he's like, hey, did you guys figure out like a team name yet? And like the Fish Guy kind of looks at him and is like, team name? He's like, 5:30 to 6:30 Thursdays. Because that's when the practice is. and the guy's just kind of like, all right, okay. He seemed like a little upset that we weren't like the demons or something already.
The Dominators. Yeah. Yeah. I've talked to Novak several times about like the intent. Like my son plays basketball, and like he's had several coaches that definitely think they're going to the WNBA or the NBA as it were, after these games, and it's just like, calm the fuck down. You're like get over there. You gotta rotate. Oh, they're not rotating the right way. They're not rotating. You're never gonna stop anybody. I'm like, he's 9. Chill.
My kids' coaches are becoming like bigger assholes as they get older.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're going into high school now, and it's like, I was like, yeah, you're probably a lot of these coaches are gonna be like jerks. Like the older you get, just the way it is sometimes. And they're like, oh, do you remember some of your bad coaches? I was like, oh yeah. They're like, who was your meanest coach? I'm like, Grandpa.
Now, Chad, you berate her when she doesn't like field grounders at home when you're like throwing them at her, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Actually, even during this practice, they had like, she got her first hit off the tee, and it like only went halfway to the pitcher's mound. And afterward, I was like, why did you fucking swing harder? It needs to go all the way to the pitcher's mound.
Yeah. Weak! Like did you give her an MRI to make sure her bone density was proper enough to hit a baseball?
Yeah. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's eat some snacks. 3 snacks, 5-point scale. Love that, like that, different to that, dislike that, hate that. Let's eat the Snak Club watermelon rings.
Ugh.
This is the chili and lime seasoned watermelon rings.
Why is it all these? We get these watermelon stuff. I feel like oh my god, the smell of this thing. I feel like we've gotten a lot of watermelon stuff, and then it's always like spicy on the outside. Like, what's with that?
I don't like watermelon, and I've not had one of these Tajin things that's good.
I love watermelon. We probably go through 2 watermelon a week.
2 whole watermelons a week?
In the summer when it's hot?
Drink water instead.
No.
How are you eating them watermelons? You just raw dogging them, or do you like blend them in a smoothie? What do you do?
Excuse me.
What?
I'm eating them.
You baking them? What do you mean?
I don't know. Put some toppings on them.
Toppings?
Cut them up. I come in, just dig my face into that watermelon raw dog style.
How you cut your watermelons? Like wedges or?
I used to do the wedges. Takes up too much space in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like cut as much of the meat as I can and just like cube it, put it in a big bowl.
Oh, I see.
How do you prefer yours cooked? Like medium well, or just raw dog it?
Raw.
Hmm.
Well, I learned this trick recently. You kind of cut it, like in squares, and then you get like these long, thin things, like that almost looks like a long, like, I don't know, chicken strip or something that like, then it's easy for kids to eat.
No, I'd get like fucking yelled at by Chef Ramsay for my knife skills with the watermelon. Like I probably leave too much of it on there and the pieces are not even and what have you.
Right.
I think I'm the only human I've ever met that doesn't like watermelon, but I really don't like it. It looks fun. You get to dig in there and get all messy and it drips down your face and stuff. I just, not a big fan. It just don't like the taste.
Have you actually ever tried to raw dog it though? You might.
I haven't. I've always been a little precautious. I've always used protection when eating watermelon, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to let her rip and raw dog that thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Geiger.
Yeah.
These are listed as mild, which I think they are.
Sure.
I thought they were going to be spicier. What do you think of these?
I feel like my mouth has been raw dogged, and it's not a pleasant sensation. I don't like watermelon. Now, for you actual watermelon connoisseurs, I'm sure this is akin to me saying I don't like watermelon. It's like, this doesn't actually taste like real watermelon.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with eating watermelon.
So it's kind of like watermelon, like faint watermelon fruit flavor, which I can tolerate. I don't get the Tajin. We've had, like you said, Chad, we've had a couple of these like Tajin spiced like snacks. I don't get it. It just tastes like bile. Like when I taste it, it's like that. You get that phlegm in your back of your throat after you puke. That's all I taste. I don't enjoy that flavor. You're right that they're not super, like my mouth's not on fire or anything like that. I just don't like the flavor. I'm going to give it a dislike that. I don't think these are good.
Chad, what do you think?
I also kind of went into these expecting to hate them. I don't quite. They're not as spicy as kind of I thought they would be. They are still too spicy for me. Like Geiger said, his mouth is not on fire. Mine is. I don't like it, but I actually give it some points here for the consistency. I think the consistency of this was pretty good. And
Yeah.
I mean, the flavor, yeah, it tastes nothing like watermelon. No watermelon candy ever does actually taste like watermelon. You know, it's always just generic fruit. But the flavor that was there before the spice kicked in, I thought was actually all right. And if that spice wasn't on this, I could actually see myself really liking these things. So I will bump it up from a hate to a dislike that.
I expected to like them a lot less than I did. I don't love the consistency. I wish it was more straight gummy. It's
Yeah.
like it's more like I'm trying to think of a similar type of you get the like gumdrop. It's almost like gumdroppy more than it is like a straight gummy, which
There's
I
a
don't
little
love.
bit of like dots in there almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it spicy. Like, I'm not sure. Like, the seasoning's not great, but I didn't feel any like heat or anything like that. They're not great, but they're better than I thought. I'm actually going to give them a low level indifferent to that. It's sort of take them or leave them. Next, let's go to the Hammond's toasted coconut marshmallows. Now, Hammond's has a strong record on the podcast for giving us some very highly rated snacks in the past.
Yeah, for first ever basket of puppies was the Hammonds, I think, and they won a year 1 year.
So here's a package for guy who didn't see it, but it's basically a cubed, like squared off marshmallow sized piece with what looks like ground coconut shavings on the outside.
I've eaten a lot of marshmallows this week.
Why?
Well, we went to some hotel earlier this week in Carmel, and they have one of the perks of the hotel was they had like free s'mores every night. So like you go to the front desk, you grab a bag, it has like chocolate graham and marshmallow in it, and they had all these fire pits outside. So we're like roasting s'mores all week, and I'm like, not really wanting to eat more marshmallows right now. After that,
we should mention these snacks came to us from one of our past guests, Allison, and she got them all from TJ Maxx.
What? Why?
TJ Maxx stickers on there. I think they tend to sell weird stuff there sometimes.
It's never the same place twice. Yesterday, next Saturday night.
What?
On the back it says, "Take your taste buds on a
You don't
tropical
remember that
getaway."
theme song?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, great.
Handmade in small batches, these creamy vanilla marshmallows are rolled in tasty toasted coconut. Delicious, indulgent, and low in calories, these sweet treats have it all. 5 pieces is 90 calories. I don't know, it doesn't seem low enough just by eating these. But Chad, what do you think?
I mean, I've never had a problem with the coconut flavor. I've talked about how I don't really like coconut in the past. It's not the flavor for me, it's the consistency of the coconut. And you actually don't get the stringy coconut consistency from this. I think maybe just because the pieces are like so small that are around the outside. The toasting of it is kind of nice, actually. I sort of like that, but that mallow in the middle is really not working for me. And I think a lot of these candy mallows just, I don't know, they just don't hold up to the real thing. I don't know. These are okay, actually, but I'm not going to go back for more. It's indifferent to that.
It's really hard, like Chad said, to make marshmallow good in snacks. A few do it well, but this does not. I disagree. I taste the coconut pieces pretty heavily, and like after I've eaten it, I'm picking them out of parts of my teeth and swimming around my mouth. Those coconut, the texture of it, I can still get. I don't love coconut. The coconut flavor is not really strong. I guess the toasted maybe helps it a little. I don't know. This is just not a very good snack. I'm going to give him a dislike that. Geiger?
Yeah, I think the marshmallow is just too rubbery. There's no way to store a marshmallow in the way that they have to do these that makes it good. I don't mind coconut, but this coconut is like, I'd almost prefer real coconut, like that chewy, stringy kind of sensation you're talking about, Chad. Like this is just like weird hard flakes of coconut.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's another dislike for me. This is not great. I did eat 3 of them.
That's more than I ate, and I gave it an indifferent.
I had to make sure.
I think we have a tie here. We both got.
Mm-hmm.
They both got a single indifferent, and waiting in the wings.
Cracking its knuckles.
Right, is a waffle cone and s'more snack, which looks so delicious after eating these two. All right, Geiger.
Yeah.
The time is 9.
It's 9, huh?
Mm-hmm.
9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock. Well, these are dark. Yeah. I've got some sunglasses on.
Yeah.
And I'm getting some music ready.
Looking like DJ Raw Dog over here.
Hey, girl. I'll treat you like some watermelon and raw dog you. What?
Yeah. What?
That's disgusting.
It sounded like Saw.
Chad kind of gave it away, but this is obviously going to be pickup lines where we teach you how to angrily mutter that you want to raw dog someone. I figured it's been a while. Summer's in bloom. Maybe your pickup your love life needs a little pickup game action. So without further ado, hey girl. All right. So we've done this before a number of times. I'm going to read a pickup line. You guys are going to tell me on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being there's no way on earth I would say that to another human. 10 being I think that actually might work.
Turn up that fireplace music. I can barely hear it.
Okay. How's that? It literally, I looked for it and it was still like saved to where I left off. I just hit play from where I started. We're midway through.
Turn down that fireplace music.
It's too loud. Hey girl, stop playing that goddamn music. All right. I'm going to take these sunglasses off because I can't read the paper I have on here. Okay.
Oh, you're so much less cool now.
I can't hear the music at all.
Turn up that fireplace music, girl.
Hey girl, I've got a sliding scale of ability to hear. All right. We're going to start off.
Girl, why don't you just turn the volume down?
Girl, why don't you shut up and let me raw dog you, if you know what I mean?
If you know what I mean.
She might not know what that means.
Hey girl, I want to have sex, if you know what I mean.
I'm not wearing protection, if you know what I mean, girl.
Hey girl, I'm going to come inside your womb, if you know what I mean. All right. I don't think anyone's calling it the womb, but that's fine. I also think it actually is the womb that you're going to get in there.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Well, I shoot pretty far, Novak, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Okay. Starting the segment now. Here's her. Hey, girl. Excuse me. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but you dropped something. It was your conversation with those other guys, but it's okay. You can pick it back up with me. So... kind of classy to start, at least not overtly
What are we doing?
sexual.
Sorry, I don't remember if you said. This is a 1 to 10?
1 to 10, 1 being terrible, 10 being awesome.
Okay, great.
Chad, since you just learned the scale, I'm going to make you go first.
All right. It's not clever.
No.
It's not funny, but it's also not, hey, I want to raw dog you. Like it's not like
to be clear,
aggro.
that's not a pickup line. That's just sexual assault.
It's not aggro. It's not
Yeah.
mean or anything like that. I don't think it's gonna. I think you're just gonna get a big eye roll from this one.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna work very well. 10 is one I'd use, right? You said.
Yes.
I'm paying attention.
Mhm.
Okay, this I'm not gonna use this, but I know there's worse coming, so I will go 4.
All right. Novak?
It's not offensive, but also not like you're picking up the conversation that she was having with these guys, right?
Yeah.
So
But, like,
whatever they're
you're
talking
better than
about.
them. You don't literally have to do that.
No, that's what picking up the conversation.
Hey girl, tell me what you were talking about with those other guys, so I can pretend to know something about that subject matter.
Oh, he's
You
a
were talking
neurosurgeon?
about his
Oh, fuck.
family? Yes, I don't know anything about his family, but I will pretend that I do.
Give me 5 minutes, girl. Let me talk to him first. A little background knowledge. But one of the problems is that he didn't say "if you know what I mean" at the end.
Yeah,
which is usually the only way you can be clear that someone knows what you mean.
a key ingredient to any good pickup line is "if you know what I mean."
The world's greatest pickup artist, Ernest Worrell. Hey, Vern, you know what I mean?
So it is pretty innocuous, but I'm going to downgrade it for being dumb and give it a 4.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Vern,
2.
let's go pick up some broads. You know what I mean?
Remember when Ernest Saves Christmas when he just raw dogs all these chicks with Vern? All right. 4. All right, here we go. Hey, girl. I like all your curves, but your smile is my favorite. Ooh, nice, right? Classy.
Yeah, you really turned over a new leaf.
Oh,
yeah.
just wait. Gotta lure him in with the honey.
What have you done with Geiger's pickup lines?
Oh, just literally give it till number 3.
Okay. Well, this one you fake the jerk line, and then you come in all nice and shit.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Super nice. Complimenting her curvy body. Just.
Well, but you turn.
Yeah.
Right. You do enjoy that. That's fine. Right. But that's not what you're focused on. You're focused on that smile.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I think this is a real middle of the road type of line. I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay.
This is actually one of the most plausible ones I think that to work that I've ever heard on this podcast. You know what I mean? I feel like a woman would like to know that she has a nice smile. I don't know. It's still it still has that little hint of crass though, which kind of holds it back.
I think you're gonna have to rush through because you might get cut off. If you get cut off after the first part, you're fucked.
Hey, I like all your curves. Slap. Smile's my favorite. Your left hook is wonderful. So what number are you giving it?
Yeah, I like all your curves, but my favorite is your small tits. I mean, smile. Smile is what I meant to say. I'll go with 6 for this one.
My favorite is your small tits.
My favorite curve, yeah.
Right?
It's a bit of a gradual curve.
They both start with SM.
That was what I like to think of. Yeah, that's where I was coming from on that.
Hey, girl. So you're not into casual sex? Fine. I'll put on a tuxedo and we can call it formal sex. So that's classy because you're wearing a tuxedo as part of the line.
Right.
No, it's true. It's true. So. There's nothing casual about banging in a cummerbund.
You put the cum in cummerbund.
Yeah. I always thought the cummerbund is the stupidest part of the tuxedo. You know, why? Why are we wearing that?
Don't know.
Do they still have that? I don't think it's a thing anymore, is it?
No.
I used to have it. Was part of my movie theater uniform when I worked in the theater back in high school. I had to wear the cummerbund.
Well, yeah, you gotta hide all that body that you can hide.
No one else has a cummerbund, and they're like, Chad, we need you to hide your belly. Put this on, and it's just a fucking tarp.
Put on a few more cummerbunds.
Your boss is like, I like all your curves, but your smile is my favorite. Now cover up that fucking belly.
Chad, actually put this cummerbund on your ugly face. You're scaring away the customers. So
I like all your curves, but your smile is like, oh shit, don't smile. Actually,
don't smile. You show the curves that are your crooked teeth.
Yes. Crooked fucking teeth.
I don't know. This one is pretty. What was it again? Oh yeah, tuxedo sex. It's not clever. It's not funny. It's not gonna work. This is a 3.
No one wants to watch Born Identity after they see those teeth. Cover yourself.
Born Identity.
Go back.
So So this could be a little cosplay thing, right? You getting dressed up.
Yeah.
Dressing up as
Cosplay,
Jason.
yes.
Dressing as Jason Bourne.
Jason
Famous
Bourne at a
tuxedo
fancy
wearer.
party.
Yeah. Amnesiac.
Here's
psycho.
how it's gonna work, okay? We're gonna fuck with some cosplay. I'm gonna be Jason Bourne at a fancy dinner party, and you're gonna be naked. That's what it's gonna be.
Are you James Bond? No, I am very specifically Thomas Crown. What? How the fuck is I supposed to know? Just shut the fuck up.
I'm Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, okay? Get it straight.
That's why you have night vision goggles on. All right, that makes sense now.
I'm gonna give this a 3.
Okay. All right. Hey, girl. I call my penis the plot because the more I get to know about you, it thickens. Yeah, told you they would get worse. So, like, it's kind of a literary pickup line of like the girls into books. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
That's right.
no, that you like to read. You would use this, right?
For sure. I call my penis the plot of a Jason Bourne movie.
I call my penis the plot of land. It just kind of sits there.
I think anytime you have a pickup line where you're telling a girl your cock is thickening, that's a big turn on.
Yeah. That was strange.
No?
You guys ever been with a lady and she says, "I love the way your cock is thickening." That's a common thing you hear. Get it nice and thick before you put it in me. That's what they say.
Do you guys ever remember watching The Bourne Thickening? I was like, that's one.
My costume is Jason Bourne thickening at a dinner party, okay?
The only thing I want to mention I have that stick to a woman is my cummerbund. Right? A woman doesn't like a big old fat cummerbund.
Thicken your cummerbund over those fucking teeth, would you?
I don't want none unless you got cummerbund.
This is an aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a 2.
Okay.
You guys remember that famous Jack Ryan movie, Clear and Present Thickening?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Great. Yeah, this is actually graphically gross. Like gross in a way. It sparks imagery to mind that is not appealing in the slightest. Blood bulging into the veins and things like that. That is really off-putting. I agree, too, for this one.
Thank you, doctor. What the fuck was that? Ah, see what's happening when you get a hard on is your blood bulges into the veins. So, all right, kind of fucking weird, but all right.
I wrote my dissertation on the thickening. That's what I did.
Right. I can tell. Right.
It sounds like a Stephen King movie, actually, The Thickening.
The thickening, yeah.
I curse you, thicker.
That's what it is. So in thinner, does the guy's cock just get tinier and tinier? Is that what happens? Okay. It's almost not there anymore. Okay. Hey, girl. They call me the toolbox because I screw, I nut, and I bolt. That's it. So
That's it.
there's no more.
Is that part of it?
That's it.
And that's it.
That's it. I can't support you in any other way.
That's
So,
it. I've shot my shot, so what do you think?
So they call me the toolbox. I screw, I nut, and I bolt. Do you guys get it?
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
This is very bad. First of all, it's graphic and gross. It's probably not what the woman wants. in all likelihood. Maybe, but like even so, to phrase it that way is not particularly clever. But it's still, actually don't think it's as bad as the thickening. But I will stick it in the same zone there at a 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's implying that you're going to leave them, right?
Yes.
Get what you want,
mm-hmm.
and then
you're gonna doink and dash, as they say.
Which someone might be in for that, right?
I think you're kind of opening yourself up to be called a tool pretty quickly, saying you're the toolbox.
Basically, most of the night, I speak like, "Oh, the side of my mouth like this," and then, like, once it's time to go, I reveal my teeth, and then they want me to bolt. I screw or bolt.
What? You died and you bolt?
Did I mention my teeth are all kinds of fucked up? That's why I'm talking like this. I don't want you to see my fucked up teeth. Hold on, I'll reveal them to you later, after I come.
What?
You're probably wondering why my face is wrapped in cummerbunds.
Fucking Agent Smith talking to all these women. That's the smell of my teeth. Give me a number.
My teeth are a virus.
4.
Okay. Oh, you liked it. Okay.
Wow.
Put that down in the episode. He liked it. No, okay. All right. Hey, girl. Do you by any chance have your CDL for that absolute dump truck of an ass? So CDL is a commercial driver's license.
Got it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which they would need to drive a dump truck.
Until the dump truck part is when I figured it out.
Because they got a big old dump truck.
I was like, is that new a delivery company or something? Like this CDL.
Do you use DHL? Because they always fuck. I don't know.
They always lose the package. I'm going to lose my package in your vagina. That's where that one's going.
You lose your penis?
Do you work at CDW? Because they employ a lot of people.
You're starting this off.
Do you work at CDW? Because I need a new computer. I'm in the market. I'm wondering if you can hook me up with a good deal.
Too much porn in my old one. I ruined it. You are complimenting her curves here, which is a good thing.
I smiled, and then I saw the reflection and thought it was a monster, and I fucking smashed my monitor. So
this guy sees a monster and starts punching it. That's not a great move either.
On his computer.
Yeah. I don't play video games because I will attack the television.
Okay, so she's got a big old booty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a CDL. The problem is, look, I knew what you said when you mentioned CDL, but Chad didn't, and I'm not sure a lot of the population would.
Well, if she has a dump truck and ass, she might, because she might have to have her CDL for it.
Yeah, this is an excellent point.
She's probably been told this by many people.
The DMV probably forced her to do it.
Why'd you pull me over, officer? Well, I need to know if you've got a CDL for that dump truck of an ass. Oh, yes, of course, officer. I know that.
I would never dream of not doing that. Yeah, no.
Do women want to be told that they have a dump truck? I don't think so.
I don't think anyone wants to be told they have a dump truck. But what do I know?
I've been out of the game for a while. I guess everyone's basically eating each other's asses nowadays. So I don't know. Maybe that's a good thing now. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Chad?
As someone who actually does have a dump truck for an ass, I don't really want. I don't think this would work on me personally. Also, I don't know what a CDL is. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess if she's proud of her big ass or whatever, then maybe she'd like it. Maybe she'd find it funny. But there is that chance that she doesn't know what a CDL is, or that it just confuses her. But yeah, I don't know. I agree with Novak. This one's not too bad. I think I'll put this one at a 6, actually.
Okay. Just a few more. This one is a little bit historical, okay?
Ooh.
Hey, girl. You know what Lee Harvey Oswald and I have in common? We both always shoot our shot, aiming for head. So
Not even a grassy knoll reference in that one.
yeah, that. Feel free to plus it up, I guess. I don't know where you put the grassy knoll.
Mixing innuendos here. Like, this is...
Yeah.
They shoot their shot, aiming for... He means blowjob, Novak.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But when he shoots his shot, my first thought was that was a coming reference.
Oh.
Oh.
I think he meant like trying to get head. He shoots his shot with the aim of getting head. Or like Lee Harvey Oswald did, trying to shoot John F. Kennedy in the head.
Right.
Right. That's the historical tie.
Mm-hmm. You could have gone could be replaced with John Wilkes Booth too.
You could do John Wilkes Booth. whichever one you think is gonna get you laid, I guess.
Mm-hmm. SEAL Team 7 or whatever.
Is that an Osama reference?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Could you replace it with that like racist 14-year-old playing Halo who also like headshotted a bunch of noobs? Yeah, you could replace it with that one too.
Mm-hmm.
It would work just
if they know that one kid, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, what do you think about this? It's very historic.
Yeah, this one's awful. I don't think you want to like reference like assassinations in your in your pickup lines. That's and the fact that you're just basically saying like blow me is like what the pickup line basically. That's not good.
In
either.
Wario voice, blow me. Jesus,
I'm gonna come. Yeah, this I'm giving this one a 1. I think this is bad.
Definitely could get worse is the problem.
It can always get worse though. Like you really want to play that game?
It's referencing assassination, not a recent one. Okay, like
I mean, recent in our parents' lifetime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
if you're trying this on a granny, she might be offended.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I was okay.
Excuse me, young man. I was a big Kennedy fan. I take that personally.
Well, let me rephrase then. Blow me.
Back in my day, when a young man wanted head, he just fucking asked for it. Okay.
I'm gonna go 3.
Okay. Hey, girl. Is your name Penny? Because my fortune cookie told me I'd soon come into some money. So, common fortune. I've seen that one out there. Yeah. What if her name was Penny? That'd be great.
Common to raw dog some coinage. That is a
Look at Lincoln. Can you resist?
Your penis is like Scrooge McDuck just diving into a pile of coins.
Is that called raw dogging a penny? Just sticking your dick into a pile of coins?
See, if you'd used John Wilkes Booth on the last one, you could get a whole Lincoln thing going here.
Yeah, chicks dig the Lincoln thing.
And then there's a Lincoln log comment.
Is your name Gettysburg? Because I'd like to address your pussy. Doesn't make any sense at all.
There was definitely a Gettysburg Address comment.
There was.
There's been multiple Gettysburg Address.
Is your name Fourscore? Because I'd like to 7 years ago you. You know, and then just everybody's like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
7 years ago you. I think he's hitting on me. I'm not sure, ladies. So, Novak, is your name Penny?
This one is funny.
Yeah.
I did think this one was funny.
Yeah.
But it again is a little sexually aggressive.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay. It's the funniest one yet so far today. But yeah, I agree with Novak there. It is way too aggressive. Talking about coming inside someone is a bad move. I'm gonna go with a 3.
Okay. Well, we've talked a lot about ones that might work on grannies and older people. This one's for the millennials, fellas. All right. Hey, girl, you remind me of a cigarette. I want to get you lit, then put your butt in my mouth. So, I mean, kind of classy, right? What's more classy than a guy smoking a cigarette? Looks very timeless.
Yeah.
Updated for the times.
You're right. They like to eat ass now. That's what they do.
I mean, if it was really updated for the times, it would have been like a vape pen instead of a cigarette or something, right?
Is your name Jewel? Because I want to suck metal shards into my lungs. But I mean, they might want you to put their butt in your mouth. I think, did I say that right? Yeah, I don't think so. Chad?
Who's that? Chad?
I mean, you guys know my stance on cigarettes, right? It's like one of the worst things you could do as a human being.
Wow.
What about ass eating?
It's not even worse than saying any of these lines.
Cigarettes are disgusting. I would not be caught dead referencing them in a pickup line. Maybe if it was like, all right, this is like if you replace it with a joint or something like that, it could be a little more palatable to me. But yeah, I don't think this one is good at all. I'm giving it a 2.
I think this one is pretty good.
Come on.
You're going to say this to a woman? Put your butt in my mouth?
I don't smoke, right? And so I think I could play this one off. It could become funny.
Someone's working overtime here.
Right. Nobody in our generation eats ass.
No.
Right?
We're like 2 years too old for it. Yeah.
It had never been done. Right. I had to check, because we're like right between generations.
Yeah.
Like we're right on that like cusp when you look up Gen X or
like
millennial.
the tail end of Gen X, I think, when I looked it up.
Right. So I was like eating ass recently, and I had like quick look up to see if I was enjoying it. Am I in the generation that enjoys this? Right. And then I was like, oh, I'm right between. So
I guess different to that. Nah,
we're at taint Gen X and it taint the millennials.
Yeah.
You're just right.
So I decided I would continue to eat ass, but through the cummerbund. Which made it a little more easier.
Through that, I'm confused.
That's the dental dam of eating asses. Is the
the gentleman's dental dam.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay. All right, we're just gonna finish up with one more. Here we go. Buckle up. Hey, girl, are you an Angry Bird? Because I used to jerk off to Angry Birds when I was about 13. I loved Angry Birds. I had every game and bought every toy they had. One day I was playing Angry Birds when all of a sudden the big red bird turned me on. I couldn't stand it. I was going crazy. I decided to pull out my big long willy and start jerking. I never felt so good. I soon continued to do this daily and never got bored of it. That big red bird was so hot, and those blue ones were some cuties. I am glad to admit I still do this to this very day. So yeah, that was on Reddit. The comments were wonderful.
Confession?
I don't know. The comments were the first comment was just the fuck, and the next comment was what, and the third comment is the fuck just happened. So, you guys don't have to rate that one.
I did play Angry Birds a bit.
Yeah,
me too. Yeah,
the big red bird is the best of the birds.
Oh yeah,
and he's got a big old dump truck.
He doesn't have his CDL, from what I understand, though.
I mean, if you're talking which of those angry birds I want to turn into a cigarette, it is the big red bird. That is the one that I would want to eat.
There's also no way I would get through this whole thing. Like, the person would walk away.
Yeah,
no, you got to follow him around telling him about pulling out your big, long willy.
One.
Every adult woman you're going to approach wants to hear a man refer to his penis as a willy. That really helps, in my experience.
One-eyed Willy.
Okay,
Tiny bites. Waffle cones. S'mores. Doo-doo.
Doo-doo. There's an Angry Bird, and I can't stop jerking.
Doo-doo. Is it too soon to make a Lee Harvey joke?
Too soon.
Shooting my shot. Could have been a Hamilton joke too.
Do we know it was Lee Harvey? It could be a conspiracy. Anyway, give me head.
Be like the CIA and aim for my head.
All right, these are little. I'm trying to think of the size of this, but I don't know.
Like
maybe
bugle shaped.
Yeah,
that's
about bugle size.
Bugle shaped, but they are like filled waffle cone on the outside, chocolate on the inside, and I don't taste the marshmallow, but it must be in there.
It's if you do a cross section, they're white inside, but
Oh, okay.
it almost tastes more like. Am I nuts? Do you taste like maple syrup?
No, I do not taste maple syrup at all.
Okay, then I'm nuts.
Mini waffle cones filled with marshmallow and s'mores cream and milk chocolate. Company looks to be B-Max. I'll go first. These, I'm trying to think if I'm tasting a real s'moresy type of flavor or not.
Get it
there a little
Yeah.
bit.
Sometimes on some of the bites. Some of the bites I'm getting it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a weird thing to mix the s'mores with the waffle cone. So that's why you don't get, I guess, the total s'mores flavor, is there's not that strong graham cracker taste, which is required for the s'mores.
Mm-hmm.
So even calling it s'mores is a little strange, but the chocolate in there tastes pretty good. It's creamy, and the marshmallow, not overpowering. We talked about how it's hard to get marshmallow tasting good in these snacks. These are very tasty. I'm a big fan of these, actually. I think I could go destroy one of these bags relatively quickly. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to give these a love dat. I think they're delicious.
Wow.
You could
Okay,
destroy
what do you think?
one of these I love that.
Sorry, I think they're tasty.
Ah, man, do you have your CDL or something?
Hey,
With that big old dump truck of a mouth.
I want to destroy your pussy like I destroy a bag of these tiny bite s'mores.
Wow.
Wow, that's some really focused advertisement. Trying to buy s'mores not available in your local grocer.
Would you like to buy a bag? I have a suitcase full of them here.
I just had another one to see if I was missing something. They're fine. The chocolate's okay. I find them overwhelmingly sweet. Like the marshmallow is just kind of sugar. I think that's where I think I'm getting like a syrupy taste, even though there's no maple in it at all. I was waffling on a like that and even just an indifferent. I think they're fine. I mean, it's like the cone is just kind of chewy, crappy cone flavor.
It's crunch. I love candy bars that got a little wafery type crunch in them.
It's crunch.
I'm a sucker
There's
for that.
nothing wrong with the wafer. The chocolate's not that good is the problem to me. At least I don't feel like it is. And it's just, the whole thing's too sweet. So I'll probably give it a high level of different. I don't hate it or anything. I just
Wow.
don't. For it to be a love, I'm just kind of confused.
I thought you were going to shoot your shot.
I aimed for head, but I got nothing but eating ass, I guess. I don't know what's the bad thing of that.
Wow, you were way off.
Yeah, put it down there. Whoa, this is not what I thought. I don't know how to do any of these things, guys. But I thought asking for head was putting my head between two ass cheeks.
Well, it's pretty much going to win the day, regardless. But Chad, where do you fall?
I'm in between you guys, but I'm definitely much closer to Geiger here. I think the problem, actually, the biggest problem is that they advertise it as s'mores, but then put this waffle cone on there. I think that waffle cone should have been graham cracker flavored. And then I think if they had done that, then that s'mores flavor would have really come through. I think it would have tasted a lot better because I'd rather have graham cracker than waffle cone flavor. And I think that could have worked well. It is also too sweet. I think Geiger's right about that. I like the chocolate and the flavor there, but after eating like 4 or 5 of them, I had to put the bag away. It was like becoming a little overwhelming. Just the sweetness.
After
That's a
eating
fair
more
amount.
than one, after eating more than one of the suggested servings, I was like, "That's too much. I don't like it anymore."
Oh yeah! Wow, really? Oh boy, the suggested serving is only 3 pieces. Oh shit. Well, anyways, I did two servings, but
Ooh, better loosen the cummerbund.
Well, hope she likes all the curves, even my smile.
oh, my teeth look like these waffle cones. I don't know. Yeah, so I am gonna bump them up just slightly into the like that, because I do think they are good, but I think they could have been a lot better.
Okay.
Well, those scores are, well enough to win for today
Mhm.
and average out to a like. Geiger,
Yeah.
can the listeners contact us?
If you have your CDL,
Mhm.
because you get that big old dump truck of an ass, if you
Or you just drive commercial trucks.
or you just have a semi truck. If you've ever gone up and asked a woman if she reminds you of her cigarette because you want to stick her butt in your mouth, power to you. Hope you still have your teeth after getting slapped the shit out of you. And if you want to suggest a snack for the podcast, give us a thought about what our ratings that we gave, ask a question for the mailbag, all that good stuff. You can get hold of us at youtrydat@gmail.com. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Let us know. Like I said, all those things. Interact with us if you like. We'd love for you to leave a message or a rating or a star or whatever, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you do enjoy it, please let your friends and family know. Thanks as always for listening. And also, again, a shout out to Allison for getting these snacks for us.
Okay, if you had to cosplay as a star of an action hero movie, that
Mhm.
character, like a Jason Bourne,
Right.
or something.
Tom Clancy's Jack.
What do you, Jack Ryan,
Thomas Crown, as played by Pierce Brosnan.
Thomas Crown.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think you could actually get people to correctly get that you are? Because you couldn't. There's nothing you could do to be Jason Bourne that anyone's gonna fucking guess you're Jason Bourne.
Yeah, it's got to be like some iconic, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Running Man or something, where he's wearing the like yellow suit or whatever. It is,
Yeah.
right? Something like that.
Schwarzenegger, various Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, the T2 outfit, you probably they'd tell the big trench coat with the sunglasses and a shotgun.
Rambo.
Rambo, you just be shirtless with a headband. I don't think
The headband.
They would just think I look like
the headband and my huge Rambo-ish muscles would give.
Yeah, I think they'd just be like, "Look at that sickly weirdo over there, just too hot to wear a shirt." Maybe if I had a Bowie knife between my teeth and I murdered people every couple minutes.
Schwarzenegger's famous costume from The Sixth Day. You guys remember that one?
James Bond, you could probably. I think you could do, right?
If you got the martini, you walk around with a martini.
Right. And you walked sideways and then quickly turned with the gun and pointed at them.
I think a lot of people might recognize me as Dennis Rodman from Double Trouble. It's like I'm just jacked and I look like an NBA player.
Oh, you could do. Wait, what's the movie? Demolition Man. Maybe you could.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
What would be an iconic
Free Willy?
Free Willy if I dress like.
I mean, that's my everyday. Like, I dress up in a tuxedo and people think I'm the orca. That's kind of what happens to me.
Famous action hero Willy from Free Willy.
Why is Willy wearing a cummerbund on his face? Kind of weird. That's what people say.
Remember when Willy was like the 9th star of the Expendables 4? I was really confused. What do you think, Willy? Cocks a shotgun.
Just flops out of the water and squishes a bunch of henchmen.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to think, could you do a Jet Li if you were a small little kimono or something? They wouldn't know that you're Jet Li.
Yes, you in a kimono.
Yeah. Everybody's going to think
Jet Li.
You're a dead ringer for Jet Li, Geiger. So.
Hold on. Jet Li, Lethal Weapon 4? I'm like, you got it. Nah, actually, War. Yeah, because Statham doesn't have any famous outfits. John McClane? Yeah. You just look dirty.
The white the tank top.
Me wearing a tank top just looks like Archie Bunker. It's not like fucking. I just look like Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Yeah, I die hard.
Oh, got the gun. Your Archie Bunker's going to shoot Edith. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Power to the people. What the fuck? How about you, Nova? What do you think? Who do you think you could pull off? Conan the Barbarian.
That's literally what was coming out of my mouth. Yeah,
Yeah,
that could be Conan the Barbarian.
Big ass sword and loincloth. Done.
Mm-hmm. JCVD doesn't have any like signature outfits, right? Maybe Street Fighter. I don't know. Jean-Claude Van Damme, I meant.
Yeah.
Okay. We're close, so I call him JCVD.
Bloodsport.
Yeah.
You could dress like Paul Atreides in Dune, with just the people who recognize that one.
I only brought this up to see how long it would take Chad to bring up Dune.
Or I watched a new movie just this week that it could be, which is you could go Furiosa from the Mad Max movies. I think people would pick that up.
So if you had to cosplay, which Paul Atreides.
Hey girl, do you have your CDL? Because I love Paul Atreides.
I'm like riding a sandworm around, and everybody's like, "It's Paul Atreides." He's like, "No, I'm fucking Zendaya. Get it straight. I'm Zendaya. Can't you tell?"
I'm a Harkonnen. Excuse me, just a random Harkonnen. I'm fat and pale. Okay.
I was watching the Dune movie, and I really loved the big Paul Atreides. I pulled out my big willy.
The big Paul Atreides. He was so big in IMAX, so I started jerking it. I couldn't stop jerking it, and I watched Dune every single day to get off. Excuse me?
The spice must flow. The spice is my cum. It must flow. That's what it is. I call my cum the spice.
Okay.
That's a lot of you for this must flow, Novak. It's gotta flow.
We'll be back next time. Just trying out 3 brand new snacks.
No, it's never, ever the same place twice. Yesterday, next week, next Saturday night, you get the max for the minimum price. And it's never, ever the same place twice. TJ Maxx.